What up, Darian? How we doing? I love coffee. Morning, Buffy. All right. Sure, we'll install updates. Tired, just done with work. Well, at least you're at the end of the day. You made it. All right, there we go. What do you do for work, Darian? All right, where did we leave off? Start here Tuesday and fix the type error around either errors. Right, I forgot this was a problem. Let's update. Got laid off from Intel, now doing automation solution for manufacturing. Damn. Sorry, man. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, what's wrong here? Type no such element exception is not assignable to sync error. Did we miss an error in here? No such element exception. Current budget sync account is not assignable to type never. Right. down. So we want to take this. We could do return effect here, dot gen, and throw in this, and then we can provide an override to all of the stuff under here by doing a pipe, and we can do effect dot provide service, and this will be current budget sync account, and then this will be budget sync account. Now this gets provided to all these effects recursively in here. Effect either. What is? All right, what's this say here? Oh, there must be a array somewhere. It's gonna be, I think it'll be like this. It's almost partitioned, I think. Is that it? No. All right, let's undo that. And then I want to take the, what do you return? You return a nested effect. Well, that's a problem, because we need to yield this. Aha, we got it, chat. There's a chance I might have to stop streaming early again this morning because AT&T is coming back. I am still having issues, unfortunately. So if they show up while I'm streaming, I'm gonna have to wrap up early. But you know how it goes with them. We're gonna show up between this 8-hour window. Please don't. Guys, I think this should actually be pretty close to working. Let's install, well, we can get rid of SST. We don't need that anymore. About the ocean. All right, let's get biome installed. To Georgia. Yeah, classic. I know, it's so annoying. All right. Sheesh. All right, so we should be able to fix that. Let's do biome fix. Isn't there a check and lint in one command? Biome bunx biome check dash right. Then bunx biome lint right unsafe. All right. What up, Priv? What up, Colin? All right, so we got that good, and what's up? And all my friends don't give a fuck. Oh, I put this in the wrong place. All right. Add biome npm scripts. Is biome check a command? I guess it was. What is the difference between check and lint? Oh, it's just check. Well, hold on here. I only need one. Lint check. This will be check. And then we'll do one of these. This will be lint unsafe. And we'll do dash unsafe. Get rid of you. All right, let's say bun lint check. All right, bun lint. Bun check. Or lint check. All right. Dang, that oh, wait, links hit the giant ass generated files. That's hilarious. No wonder there was so much stuff there. Oh, classic. Classic. Let's see here. Song queue, refresh. OBS has been struggling. Why is this being a dick? I don't know why chat's not working actually. Let's try to figure this out, shall we? If we go to new tab, throw that in there. Error fetching profile from Twitch. Has anyone tried requesting a song yet? I wonder if Twitch is down or Twitch is having problems. There we go. There we go. It's working. That was weird, wasn't it? All right, I think we are pretty close to being able to test this. MRC. I'm gonna have to re-authenticate. I have to blur my screen quick so I can log into AWS. And home. All right, we're logged in, we're authenticated there, we can unblur. What tool do you use for song requests? I wrote it custom. It is in this repo here. I have basically I listened to Twitch's event sub stuff. So I sit here and I listen to on-channel redemption, and when it's a song request, I publish this to a pub sub, and I have these subscribers that are just like listening constantly. Where are they at? They're over here, pub sub, subscribers, song queue request. So we'll get a song queue, or how's this work? Oh, this is adding a song to the queue. But yeah, I basically just parse chat and then I end up sending it to Spotify. Yeah, it's just a bunch of subscribers set up listening to stuff. It listens. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I looked in this. I think it just is listening to specific things. Let me look here. So we start Twitch. We have event subscribers, channel chat message. It looks like we are probably picking up. We are picking up probably every chat message. So we get a chat message and then we run this match command thing, which is create match command. Where do I? So we have I have my custom command for song, cue, and Dix. I have some stuff there. But this is the one that picks up the reward redemptions. So when it's a song request, we publish a song request to our pub sub. When it's the keyboard raffle, we do that. Yeah, I do have point redemption. Where is that at? Subscribers. Refund reward. So if anything goes wrong, I'll publish one of these messages to this channel here, right? So when I get a refund, so like if something fails at any point during like your Twitch song request, I'll publish a refund reward request, and then I automatically refund points back to you. So your points have been refunded. It works pretty well. The only problems I really have with it are when Spotify fucks up their API and breaks things temporarily. Sorry, Red Eagle. If I don't get a key crown, is there a refund? There is not, unfortunately, for that one. All right. So let's go in here. Dude, Lewis Snip never updates correctly. Let's go to main. And we'll just do that. This might actually work. All right, so we need to provide YNAB to this layer. Okay, that looks good. Back to main. We have our dependencies. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. So when we sync, we're gonna handle the case for, let's actually set up tracing, and we'll get tracing getting sent to Axiom. Let's go to Axiom. We want to create a new organization, and we'll say this is going to be budget sync, save, just me.
Functions describe the world.
Hotel. I want to add you. Can I just delete this? How do I set this up? One second, chat. I don't want to leak a token. The music shouldn't sound dull. The music is right where it should be. Does the music sound quiet to everybody? How did I set this up? All right, 1 second, chat. None, basic, advanced, basic, dev, hotel, create, copy that, and we'll say this will be in here. This will be Axiom API token equals paste. Save that. Quit. Dir env allow. Okay. Done. And then how do I configure this? New dashboard. Hotel. Create dashboard. I actually don't know what I'm doing here, chat. Data sets. Remove. What are we listening to? This is kind of wild mashup. Music doesn't sound crispy. I don't know, chat. I haven't really changed anything. I can, let me kill Spotify and bring it back up. Is it gonna play? There we go. All right, so when this runs, let's step through the code here. Oh my god, Lewis Snip, I'm going to murder you. Lewis Snip pisses me off. Never updates correctly. What song did you request? I would say just request it. So we go to sync. We end up in sync. We drop into sync. We get the most recent date. We get notifications. Oh, right, we forgot to, yeah, I got distracted on work, R10. I'm gonna blur something real quick. Apps, front, job processor, source, tracing. Yeah, that's what we want. And let's quit over here. Perfect. And then we'll do tracing.ts, or we'll do hotel.ts. Save that. Throw that in here. Yeah, you're fine. And this will be budget sync. Same here. All right. Great. All right, now we can unblur. And let's go ahead and get these installed. In fact, we can go back. We need to, let's go up, and we'll bun effect/OpenTelemetry.
Functions describe the world.
Bun add at OpenTelemetry. I don't think we need SDK, the web one, exporter, trace, OTLP, HTTP, add. All right, and then we want to, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the development tracer, and this is going to be layer instead, and we want, this can return an effect, I think. Effect, we'll just do this the easy way. Keep with our patterns. So we'll say export const exprop, export const create service, and this is going to be a function that returns an effect. In fact, we can just do effect.untrace. Effect.function untraced function. Function untraced. Function star boom boom. And here we can get our config, which let's get our API token, which will be this, and we'll do a yield star on config. And then we'll do redacted, and this will be Axiom API token, and we'll get our API token, and then we'll return this bit right here. Paste that there, and this will be like that, and we'll drop in redacted dot value. Oops, that's not what we wanted. We want to import that from effect, rejected value. Then we'll pass in our API token. And then we'll come down here, and this will be, we can just pass in create service because it's already a thunk. Function untraced. Can I return a effect from this? I can. Oh, it just wants, I see. It doesn't become a function. There we go. There we go. All right, so we have our tracer. So let's go ahead and add that to our dependencies here. And we'll do comma layer dot provide, and then we'll do import star as otel from dot slash otel. And over here, we will do otel dot layer. Now we should get traces sent to our Axiom dashboard. Yeah, I'm building basically a, let's see if this works. It syncs transactions between two different tools, which we gotta check the data here in a second. Do I have 3 windows open now? I do. Dumb. Over here, if we go to Splitwise, we have this test group, budget sync testing, and we should really probably delete these and restart. So let's actually do that. Let's delete those, and let's get YNAB in a good state too. So it's going to sync transactions between that service and this service, which, let me blur this quick. So over here, and let's go ahead and clean up all of these. Get rid of all these. So it should end up importing transactions into this ledger here. So let's go back over here and let's add an expense, and we'll just say coffee and $20. And I paid for, Anders owes me, let's say, I paid for, we'll say exactly 50-50, right? Do 50-50, save. So yeah, I paid $20, Anders owes me $10. So if we look at recent activity, it's going to sync these things here. Ignore that. I mean, let's see if this runs. I don't know. It might. Can you imagine if we got this on our first try, chat? That'd be wild. Bun, run, source main. Do I really need to add that as a dependency? Okay, sure. All right, we hit an ElectroGB error. All right, we just don't have our GSI set up, which is totally fine. But that looks like some things ran there. Look at this. We got traces. We got a freaking trace, chat. Let's go. Look at this. Beautiful trace. We got all our data. parent span ID, get most recent. There's our account ID. Get notifications. We have this carried down through. We gotta fix that, but that's okay. Dude, that's awesome.
Functions describe.
We have a stack trace. All right, we just have to go to AWS and add our GSIs. In fact, they might be there. I might have just typoed it. GSI 1, GSI 2. I bet I named them wrong. I remember thinking about that in the code the other day, that they seemed wrong. Yeah. GS1. That should be GSI1. And then 2, 2. Can I reset this thing? Clear, 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 clear. Next query. So we want GS2, and then this should be GSI2. And we'll replace all those. All right, great. Save all. And then let's look at these traces again. So we never tried to sync. Yeah. All right, let's close out of this and let's go ahead and run again. All right, new errors. Look at this, we got new errors, chat. This is good. Thrown by date, return values can only be all, old, or none. I wonder, well, we're gonna have a second trace, which will be right here, which we got further. How does OpenTelemetry work? I tried using it to trace a deployed Azure model, although the Azure docs had nothing useful for you end up, it depends, like, so Effect has OTel built in, but you just wrap functions with spans and you can annotate spans with like attributes, and then you have to send it to like a collector, which I'm using Axiom as my collector. But you can use like open source stuff like Jaeger, or send it to Datadog, or I'm sure Azure has something. Don't give me bad news, Ethan. So our first error got here. That's hilarious that this is getting logged as a number. So I wonder if any data got put into our tables. Or we were already there. So it looks like only... So we still have just the row put in. Oh, Jesus. I hope you're alright, dude. Yeah, your health is way more important. Alright. Return values can only be all old or none. See what we can find about that error. So we know that we got the error occurred. Where did the error occur? In lock notification. Look at, we got the retries here. There's our exponential back off retries. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we know our error retry handling is working. We can see the back offs that we wrote yesterday working right there. All right, so this is going to be in, how did that happen? There we go. So we go to lock notification. We want to go to the implementation, go here. So create allegedly cannot return all new. Is that noted in the ElectroDB docs? Create. So it looks like we can't do all new here. All right, that seems like it'll work. Let's run again. All right, we got more errors. Dude, this is so nice, chat. All right, we got a new trace. That would have been right now. All right. Look at this. Look at this beautiful trace. All right, so we got our... we got down to locking the transaction, right? We got to fix this like double logging of budget sync account IDs here. We get expense by ID. So we should actually probably have some data in here now. Yeah, we do. Look at this. We have a... look at that. Look at that. Oh, so cool. It's so cool, chat. So this is going to be locked. Yeah, this is a notification. We can see... Yeah. That's so cool. All right, so let's go ahead and delete this row. Let me see. We'll delete this row. Delete items. And where we got an issue was the conditional request failed, expense not found for notification. So that sounds like we made a call out to yeah. This returned this didn't return what we think it returned. So let's go debug that, because we know exactly where this is at. And actually we know too that let's go to up to main, and then we're going to drop into here, and in here, yeah, this is what I did wrong. This should be budget sync. How did I do this? Right here. And then that should stop that collision. And this will be budget sync account ID. Okay. We drop into handle splitwise notifications, and we are getting a expense not found notification. So when this comes back, this source ID must not be what we think it is. So let's go ahead and just do a yield star. In fact, we can just go, we should actually be able to see what the expense ID is in here, right? Get expense by ID right here. We should probably, that formatting is so annoying. Let's go ahead and come into Splitwise, and we should be able to get an expense by ID. Restore expense, get expense comments. Am I blind? Get expense information. Drop that in there, send it. All right, we get it. What is our group ID? Let's get our group ID annotated on there. So get expense. Does that need anything else? I guess not.
Functions describe the world.
I suppose we could give it a group ID. But my token's already scoped to the group. Well, do we, let's see here. Lock notification. Do we have a group ID anywhere? Get splitwise notification, notification ID, lock notification, get expense by ID. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Yeah, I am planning on playing a ton of Oblivion this weekend. Justin's been playing it a lot. I've been busy with work, but it is on my to play list. Alright, so we still have one. I don't understand why this isn't working. So we're dropping into here. If we reject, so res.data must not be what I think it is. Winnie Marie. You're fine. All right, let's try doing that. See if we see anything. All right, so there we got some logs. So we see the expense. Option is sum. Conditional request failed. So we're parsing right. So we get the data. And now we have the field again. Yes, I will let you out.
Functions describe the world.
So we get the data, and it's a sum. I don't understand how we're ending up. We end up with a expense not found for notification, budget sync account ID, expense ID, notification. Splitwise user ID. That's interesting that that's 0. That might be an issue. If we go look at our data, user ID should be this value. Y. So we know we get the expense back here. So that just needs an API key. And we go back. Where is this failing? So we are returning here. So somehow this is returning. I don't understand how this is returning. Oh, we are failing. We are failing right here. The expense schema decode is failing, and we remap it to an option. Ah. Dumb. Okay, so we can, in this pipe here, we can do effect.tap error, and we'll do effect.log error, and now we should see this show up. Yeah. That will show us what the problem is. In fact, we can preemptively go and make this a nicer looking type here by going to our expense schema, and we'll go here and, okay, sure. We'll go here and we'll do annotations, and we'll drop identifier, and this will be expense. And we'll come here. In fact, we can just do that. And that will give us, that will at least give us a better error message. There's the error. Format this as JSON. Oh boy, that's a chunky. So let's go in here. I think we can get this error message better by doing some better annotations. Let's see here. Why can't I make this full screen? Oh, it is. My AI chat's in the way. So cost is missing somewhere. So we'll deal with that in a second. Some of these don't matter at all, right? Like, why would I rename? Like, those don't need renamed. That doesn't need renamed. That doesn't need renamed. That doesn't need renamed. None of these. Let's see if that helps. No, we don't want that. we want to go into all of these and give them better schemas. So I want to get rid of these annoying ass comments. We need to do backslash, star, dot star. Yeah. G. There we go. All right, so for each of these, we're going to go to the name schemas, like you. We're gonna go ahead and on here. Why is this rename? I must have done this with the AI. Dot annotations identifier is going to be a repayment. Good morning, Bodhi. They've already seen me this morning.
Oh. How did they come in?
What?
Did you just not shut the door all the way?
No, I took them out this morning and everything already, and I was with them. They weren't. They just aren't excited to see me because they've already seen me.
Oh. Well, and he's already eaten, so he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And then we'll do annotations, and this will be identifier, share, get rid of that, comment, annotations, identifier is going to be a comment. In fact, we should just have AI do this.
Alright, come on, we're gonna go upstairs.
Buffer.
Are you coming or no? Okay,
At
stay in.
files at editor. Add dot annotations identifier name type name to each of the schemas in Splitwise / schemas.ts. Use the existing schemas with dot annotations as an example. What did this change here? This is a really hard diff to read. I don't think we're gonna reject that. All right, we're just gonna go do this on our own. That felt like really wrong. So we'll do dot annotations and then identifier user. And then we'll come down and then we'll do dot annotations identifier current user. Share, repayment, receipt. We don't need this at all. AI was being stupid. Annotations, identifier as a receipt. Okay, category. Again, AI was being stupid and I didn't read it. That's what happens, chat. AI rots your brain and creates pointless code. This is going to be a comment. Dispense. Annotations, identifier, source, notification, content, annotations, identifier, notification, type. You'll see if this works how I think it works, it should make a really, really nice, error message after we get done here. Notification type from number. What up, crap? Wait. Identifier. Yeah, that looks good. Again, literally no reason for this. Definitely AI. Annotations. Identifier is going to be cover photo. Oh, time for meditation, chat. Everyone, deep breathing. We're going to do some guided meditations. All right, we should get some better error message. So if we recall, we have this big janky error message right now, and I'm hoping that we get a nicer one this time around. It's probably because we forgot to delete the row, maybe. We also need to unlock, or on error, we have to set the row to an error. Because right now the status is that it's still locked and it should really be an error. Notification already processed, yeah. Yeah. So let's delete that. Delete item. And it's possible we created a transaction. No, it didn't. Great. Let's go check our spins. We should see one that ran a minute ago. Yeah, okay. That's notification already processed. How do we get to a notification already processed error? Yeah. All right, so we should see it this time. There it was. There's the nice error. Look at that, chat. If I could get to it. Oh my God, I can't get to it. Fucking scrolling. Yoink. And then we're gonna have ChatGPT format this. Is ChatGPT down? Am I down? Is my internet down? No. Chat, am I don't think I'm connected. But I can ping Google. Ping twitch.tv. We're good there. What is happening?